Okay, today we're going to look at writing the equation of a line given the graph. So just to recap, if the equation of a line, oops, don't want that, is y equals mx plus b. Now the m, remember, is slope. And we talked about the concept rise over run. We can do rise over run, we can find the slope, and we're just going to put the slope in where that m is. The b is the y-intercept, where it crosses the y-axis. Okay, and that one we're just going to read right from the graph. So in fact, that's the first point we can see right there. There's where my graph crosses the y-axis. If we can find that point, we're just going to swap that out for b. Okay, all right, so let's make our equation. So up here, I have y equals mx plus b. That's where I'm going to start. Well, we just said that this is my y-intercept, so that's at 2. So I'm going to take the b out and put in 2. Okay, now let's look at slope. So slope is rise over run. So I'm actually going to start at that point right there, and I want another point that is on my graph. It can be any point, but we're looking for something that actually passes through the grid. Okay, sometimes we get a nice one like the x-intercept here, but it really could be any point. I can take this point up there. So I just need another point. Now my slope is how do I get to that other point? All right, so let's just clean this up just a little bit so we can see everything again. All right, so this is where I'm going to start. That was my y-intercept. I'm going to go to this point right here. Okay, so to get there, rise, I actually have to go down 2 points. So I got to tell everyone I'm going down, so I'm going to make that a negative. Now I'm going to run 2 spots to the right, and I'm going to the right. You can see all these are positive numbers on the right-hand side, so we're going to make that a positive 2. So now my slope, if I go up into my equation here, I can take the m out, and I can put in rise over run, negative 2 over 2. Now let's clean this up just a little bit, because we've seen in our number sense unit, when I have negative 2 over 2, this becomes 1, right? So we have negative 1 x plus 2. There's our answer for today. Okay, let's try another one. All right, so here we have another graph of a straight line. We want the equation. So just to remember our equation, y equals mx plus b. All right, so I need to figure out b. So I'm going to my graph, and I'm finding the y-intercept right up there. That is plus 5. So already in my equation, y equals mx, I know my b is plus 5. Now, I need another point that is on this line. Now, there's a lot of points. The whole line is a whole bunch of points, but some are better than others, right? If I look in here, that would be hard to figure out what that actual point was, because it's not on the grid. Well, it's not right at the intersection. So I want to try and find a point that is right on the intersection. So if I keep going down here a little bit further, I can see this point right here is actually right on the grid. I know where that point is. Anything else up here, like this one here, I'd be guessing. Is that at negative 1.3, negative 1.25? Like, we're guessing at that. So that's not a good one. We're going to use this one down here. All right. Let's, again, erase. So we're not going to use that one. I'm going to erase that. All right. To get my m, I need the slope, and I'm thinking again, rise over run. So rise over run to get to this new point. All right, so let's use here. I'm going to start here, and I need to rise. I'm going to go, in fact, in this case, I got to go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points. So I'm going 7, but I'm going down, so I'm going to make that a negative. All right, now I need to go over to my red dot here, so I'm going to go over 1, 2, 3 spots. But once again, I'm going to the left, and if we notice here, all these numbers are negative numbers. So I'm going to make this a negative, telling everyone I'm going to the left. Okay, I'm going to get rid of all of that. All right, so let's put these into my slope. So now I'm going to take that out, and I'm putting in -7, that was my rise, over -3. All right, last step, let's just clean this up a little bit again, and we know from our number sense unit that if I have a negative divided by a negative, that is going to give me a positive number. So this is actually positive 7 over 3 x plus 5. All right, so quick recap. We're going to find B from the graph. We're going to use rise over run to figure out M, and we just put those into the spaces.